Division of labor and classes. Division of labor means work being done by people depending on their interests, tastes, abilities, age, expertise, skills, and gender. For example, the cloth that we wear is manufactured by the collective effort of agriculturists, weavers, dyers, traders, and tailors who work at different places. Division of labor leads to specialization. Specialization means achieving sufficient expertise, training, and skill in any particular field. Division of labor has helped people to work in various fields and earn economic profit. This has led to the creation of economic strata and class system has been created by division of labor. In modern days, class system was created by industrialization. In today's industrialized society, specialization has become very important. With specialization developing in every field, industries have grown in number. Trade and commerce have expanded. Due to this, certain individuals have been able to invest money and become rich by gaining a lot of profit. This has led to formation of strata in society. Labor discrimination. Inequality at work and in wages is called labor discrimination. Although both men and women are engaged in work, their jobs may not be the same. In most countries of the world, including India, men are offered better jobs. Similarly, higher responsibilities and remuneration are also extended. Women get lesser responsibilities and remuneration. However, in the governmental sector, discrimination is rare. It is found more in unorganized sector. There is another form of discrimination as regards work of men and women. Nowadays, women are taking up employment in huge numbers. However, there is discrimination in the remuneration given to them. Though they do exactly the same kind of work as men, the fact they are being paid less is nothing but exploitation. To put an end to this problem, the central government has enacted Equal Wages Act in the year 1976. In the organized sectors of major cities, this sort of discrimination is coming down. The Equal Remuneration Act of 1976 aims to provide for the payment of equal remuneration to men and women workers and for the prevention of discrimination on the ground of gender against women in the matter of employment. Even the agricultural sector practices discrimination based on gender, age, and ability. Here too, there is inequality in the payment of wages. As literacy is slowly improving, this kind of discrimination is coming down. Unemployment in India. One of the major problems that is haunting the country's economic development and social structure is unemployment. Backward and developing countries are already in its stranglehold. In India, this has become a serious problem. Unemployment means inability to get work in spite of proper age, ability, and interest. Those who are willing to work but are denied an opportunity to do so are called unemployed. Different kinds of unemployment can be seen. They are semi unemployment, hidden unemployment, technical unemployment, intermittent unemployment, optional unemployment, unemployment of the educated and uneducated, unemployment, etc. Shortage of qualified people, physical inability, overpopulation, mechanization, strikes and closures of factories are causes for unemployment. Unemployment leads to poverty, ill health, crimes, corruption, family disintegration, cheating, deception, robbery, prostitution, etc. This is a serious social malady and is worsening day by day. Remedies for unemployment. The main causes for unemployment are shortage of qualified people, physical inability, overpopulation, mechanization, strikes, and closures of factories. To tackle such problems of unemployment, the government has planned many programs. They are population control, encouragement to cottage industries, agricultural development, industrial development, educational reforms, 5-year plans, encouragement to vocational education, rural development, employment guarantee programs, etc. In recent years, information technology has made significant progress in the country, resulting in innumerable employment opportunities in the service sector. Organized and unorganized workers. Those who are working in specific fields which are governed by legal rules and regulations are called organized workers. In the organized sector, every employee's work is subject to specific terms and conditions. In the organized sector, there is organization hierarchy. The workers enjoy facilities of specialization, training, talent, experience, and educational qualifications. These employees' day to day transactions are recorded in written form. They get fixed wages, allowances, paid leave, and pension facilities. In addition, they get medical facilities too. They have specific hours of work. The workers in insurance companies, educational institutions, banks, armed forces were identified as organized workers. People who work in areas which are not governed by specific rules and regulations or unions and lead their lives by earning daily wages or material benefit in any other form are called unorganized workers. Since unorganized sector is very vast, it is not under governmental control. For example of unorganized workers are domestic servants, construction workers, agricultural laborers, footpath hawkers, vehicle repairers, pushcart vegetable vendors, etc. also come under this group. Problems of unorganized workers. The work of unorganized workers is not bound by any rules or regulations. They get only wages for their work without any additional facilities or medical help. They are denied job security, fixed wages, and allowances. Sometimes unorganized workers were harassed by entrepreneurs.